Well, hello everyone, and welcome to our webinar today on 5 ways to enhance your Office 365 experience. My name is Joseph Quinones. I'm an online services specialist here at Champion, and I'll be your guide today. Basically, you're stuck with me for a good 45 minutes to an hour, so sit back, relax, and hopefully I can entertain you all and entertain myself a little bit as well. Now, today we're going to review some topics centered around realizing the value of your Office 365 investments. Okay, and I realize that all of you are probably in different stages of your Office 365 journey. So I want to send out a quick poll right now to see how many of you are on Office 365 or how many of you are kind of looking into the platform to move there soon. So I just sent that out, so if you wouldn't mind, please give me your response, and I'll try to tailor the webinar today a little bit around those responses. Really appreciate that. Now, as you see on the screen here, some of the things that we're going to cover today are the application launcher, okay, why it's important to use. I'll review some of the online applications with you as well, OneNote, OneDrive, etc. Okay.
Finish the.
Oh, I already saw the poll was coming in very nicely. Thank you all for processing that. We're also going to go over getting your users acclimated to OneDrive instead of storing those files locally and the advantages that our clients are seeing there. We'll review the CSP licensing model. Okay, it's a new Office 365 licensing promoted by Microsoft that we've been heavily involved with. And we're going to review our MessageOps tools that I'm sure most of you are familiar with from our community, including the adoption platform and our SharePoint productivity suite. Very exciting stuff. And at the end, we're going to open it up for some Q&A, some questions. Okay. Now, what kind of presenter would I be without giving a shameless plug about Champion and MessageOps here? Champion's been around since 1979. We're a $100 million organization headquartered down here in Boca Raton, Florida, with offices as far north as about Boston and about west as about Cleveland, Ohio. MessageOps is our Microsoft business unit, which, as you can see, is currently serving over 3 million users worldwide for all their Office 365 needs. We really pride ourselves at Champion on creating a happy environment for our customers to thrive in and on working with different line of business units to make and help their users more collaborative and efficient. Okay, that's what it's all about if you're investing in Office 365, trying to change those old ways of doing things and promoting some more collaborative and hopefully easier things that your users can do and get into. And as you'll see, we have many offerings to do just that, especially through our CSP program. Right, and to get things kicked off here, I'm going to start with the thing I start most every day with, being the application launcher. Okay, I have some brief slides on this, but I'm going to really demo a lot, try to keep it entertaining for y'all. So as you see here, this is probably the most familiar screen for administrators or users that use Outlook on the web. All right, we're all used to our mailbox. So this is a great way for your users, though, with the application launcher to adopt Office 365 applications besides just email. Okay, users know where their applications are and how to access them. So this is the deal here. It's all applications in one place, basically a one-stop shop for all things Office 365. Okay, we want to realize that value again. No point in paying $20 plus for a SKU. If they're just using email, we really want to optimize that licensure and get these great tools out to our community and our users. Okay, very Windows 10 feel to all this. You can design your home page with the applications you use most frequently using the pin to home feature that I'm going to go over with you in a second. And you got greater ability to share documents by using the online applications, Word, Excel, OneNote, OneDrive. Share these documents with one click of a button, as I'm going to demonstrate now. And we hope that all this leads to greater collaboration. Okay, it's very easy for multiple people to work on the same document at once. The thing I like is my work is saved automatically. Okay, you can take your notes with OneNote, close your laptop, and be on your way. And you don't even need to bring your laptop because any computer that you go to next will have all your information there and ready to go. So a lot of benefits here. Okay, now again, I'm starting out here in my mail, and a couple things I want to show you before I actually hop into the waffle, which is up here in the left-hand upper corner. That's the application. We call it a waffle because it looks like one. And this here now, on the left-hand side, it's going to have all my folders in my inbox. You see groups here. I'm not going to touch on this all that much, but a lot of our community has adopted groups. And these are the different groups that I'm in here at Champion. If I click on More here at the bottom, and then click on Discover, it's going to show me the different groups that are going on in my given organization. Okay, you see here, these are the active groups that are going on. We have some on our adoption platform, our cloud solutions provider, football. I haven't joined that group yet, but maybe for the playoffs. So we have different things here, and we can just go ahead and join these groups. Okay, they can be either public or private, but we can join the groups that are accessible to me here, or I can go ahead and easily create a group. And again, this is for different departments to get together, whether it's on projects, whether it's on training materials. I can work with my engineers, my project managers, my contract team, and we can all share our calendars, our documents, really everything, between our people. And as you see on the right-hand side, this is what I would do. I would choose a name, set it as public or private, and create. It's really as simple as that. Okay, so just a little bit on groups and the mailbox here. Now next, again, before I go up top here, as you see these mountain peaks, this is called the navigation bar. Okay, so you have my smiling face up in the top right-hand corner here. That's going to allow me to start up Skype for Business or be in my Skype for Business account, or I can set myself to busy as it is now that I'm doing a meeting, open another mailbox, whatever I want to do for my own personal mood there. Also has settings here. So as you see, I just had the Mountain Peaks theme. You can change this up if you'd like. A lot of questions that I get are on out of office replies. A lot of our users are always going, how do I set myself out of office? And very easy to do through Outlook on the web here. Set your reply, give you a little blurb, and you're good to go. So settings is pretty cool. Also has the app settings for different mail, calendar, people, and you can really go in here and do a lot more right on the left-hand screen of your Outlook on the web. Okay, it's a really nice layout. I like it a lot, and users have felt like it's pretty easily accessible and pretty easy to understand. Okay. And one other thing I wanted to show briefly with Mail, love this feature, the Skype logo up here on the top right. You can click that, and I can actually communicate with someone. Say, here I have Jim Canfield up here. Say if Jim emailed me and I don't understand his email, I have some questions, etc. I can just go ahead and find Jim. There you go, and I can send him a note on it. So I can actually be typing to him about the email, have them both up on the same screen. I don't know about you guys, but I just think that's pretty cool and pretty easy for me to be able to communicate that way without opening up multiple browsers or finding things. I'm losing things all the time, so you gotta have everything in one place. So that's a little bit there. Now let's get to the heart of this here with the waffle. As you saw, I just clicked on the application launcher in my top left-hand screen. Now I'm going to start out with all applications. And this is everything that is in Office 365. Okay, every single application. And as you can see, and I'm going to show you in a slide next, there's a lot. Okay, this is not your granddad's Office 365. Okay, a lot has come about, and they just keep adding things, teams, groups, planner, I mean, you name it. You guys are abreast of the situation. Our MessageOps community, we try to communicate to you guys about the new stuff. But I clicked on all my applications, and to a user, right, this is a little daunting. Okay, it's a lot to handle sometimes. So I can take things here, as you see, the three circles is really what I'm after on all these when I hover over, and I can pin these to my home. Okay, we use Dynamics CRM here. I pin that to my home. Excel, obviously a heavy application. Let's pin that to home. A few others. Planner. Okay, that one's already pinned, so I get one more there for people. Very cool. I'm a people person. So now I can go to my home screen. You can see less confusion right away, right? You can see there's only 9 to 10 applications or what have you here, as opposed to 30 or plus. And the ones that I just added, my dynamic CRM and my people, they just popped in at the bottom here. Again, very Windows 10 feel to this. So I can move these tiles around. Dynamics is something I go to every day. I want that up at the top, right? People, I can move that around a little bit. I can resize these. Okay, I can make it widescreen if it's something that I really want, or I forgot my glasses that day. Or I can, make them small to put some of those things maybe that I don't use all the time, but I still want them in my home bar. I like to group them together in little quadrants of 4, for example. It's all your choice, but that's a key. It is your choice, and it's very personalized to what you and your users want. Okay. So one other thing here I'm going to show you just to how to get to these applications even easier is, again, we click on only the 3 buttons at the top right here in this case. And I'm a big user of OneNote. So now I'll go to More here, and I'm going to actually pin this to my navigation bar. Remember, that's the top screen here with my mountain peaks. So I'm going to pin it up here, and you see it just popped in next to my Skype logo. Okay, so it makes it even more accessible. Okay, we're going to go over the adoption website in a little bit. Okay, let's pin that. Well, that one is already there. OneDrive, for example, we're going to go over that next. Let's pin that to the nav bar. You can pin up to 3. Okay, so you can have Skype, all your settings, and 3 other applications right up here. So if you go to those all the time, nice, quick, and easy. All right, and that's a good overview of the application launcher or the waffle. Okay, we're going to go back in there to access some of the applications in a little bit. And here was the wheel of apps that I was mentioning to you a few minutes ago. As you can see, all the applications on here, all of their logos, etc. So, again, great stuff. When we're rolling it out, we want to go piece by piece. And that's something that we actually took a survey of 211 of our organizations. And we did a survey not too long ago, and we saw that OneDrive for Business was the top application being deployed right now. Okay, this is a couple weeks ago. Obviously, Planner and, like I mentioned, groups and new teams is going to be on the rise. But OneDrive is definitely something that other administrators are rolling out to their community. And I'm going to quickly go over some of those reasons. Why OneDrive? What are the advantages? And I'm going to go back into my application launcher to just show you what it's all about. Okay, the main thing with OneDrive, you never lose your work. Okay, I mentioned it earlier. You can close that laptop, go to any other computer, log in to your Microsoft account, and it's right there. It's no different than storing documents locally. Only there's more options to share, to send as an online link instead of an attachment, show version history, and work on documents very easily at the same time. So these are all the advantages. I'm going to give a quick real-world example, actually. I won't mention any names because it's actually happened at Champion not too long ago. One of our employees, computer smashed on the ground, dropped it. It was pretty much, useless to him. He's still able to do his work, though. He came in, one of our IT staff handed him a laptop. Looked like it was from the 90s, but it was a laptop to fill in the blanks. He logged into his account, all his information there, and he was able to work right away, literally. He's a big OneDrive user. He stores everything instead of storing in the C drive. It's in that OneDrive. But he had all that access and was able to do his work efficiently. About a week ago, another one of my coworkers cracked the screen on his Surface. Completely out. Those things are like walking mirrors sometimes. It's hard. And he had everything stored locally. Okay? It was a bear. Okay? He was not able to retrieve all the information, was able to get some through external hard drives, etc., but not all of it was there, and he spent the whole rest of the day, trying to gather his work, and really couldn't work that day, and he lost information. So that's the difference, and we need to be promoting this to end users. When they know about it, they really like it. Okay, and now let me go into, just real briefly, the demo into OneDrive. Now again, actually, I can access it through here, through my waffle, or we did put this up at my navigation bar. So might as well go and do it quickly through there. Now this is going to come up. It has all of my documents. I can do the same thing I do in my C drive as far as modify by date. Okay, I'm a big most recent type of guy. As you see, I have my presentation here, a couple other things. You can see recent documents that you've worked on, things that are shared with me, etc. I'm not going to go through everything for you. You see it here. One of the main things I love about it is the sharing. Okay, so as you see, a lot of these things are only shared by myself. They're documents only I need for customers, whatever it may be. Some are shared out here. And all I have to do is just go ahead and click on, let's just click on a presentation or something. We click on here, gives me a nice little demo or a little mini projectile of what the document is all about. As you see here, this is the presentation. I can actually click on it and go through the slides, which is pretty cool. But the main point I want to show is I can add people here. I don't even need to know their email address. I just need to know someone's name in my organization or wherever I've loaded in here. Okay, there you go, his first name. Again, it's integrated with Active Directory with Skype, so I see the pictures and all. And I can put him down as editing or only view the documents, add a little message, hey, please look at this, correct line 5, whatever it may be. And then I'm going to go out and send that invitation over to, in this case, Tyler. And an email chain workflow is going to kick off right away, where now he can be sharing that document with me, and we can work on that document at the same time together, and I can know exactly where he is. So very cool. Okay, and that's just a little brief demo I wanted to show you on OneDrive there. Okay. Now, we here at Champion can really show you how we promote these applications and what we've done with other clients in order to lessen the value gap. Okay, there's a lot of gaps out there between what you spend on the licensure versus what your users are actually getting into, as I mentioned before. Okay, we really want to optimize your Office 365 licensing to make sure it's right for you and your people. So that leads me right into the CSP program. The Cloud Solutions Provider program, it's a new licensing model. Okay, it's promoted by Microsoft, where we take over first and second level support as well as billing for your Office 365 subscription. Okay, I believe we were only one of 3 partners in the world. We piloted it about 2 years ago, going back a little ways, and got rolled out to the full partner community, I'd say a little bit over a year ago. We're very proud. MessageOps is currently the #1 CSP provider in the world. Okay, so we really care about this program. We care about the clients, our clients, and they seem to like us very well too. Okay, we give a lot of things to promote usage, as I'm going to show, and are really there for you from the billing perspective, from the support perspective. Now why is it valuable to our clients? Right? I mentioned they love us. What is the value of joining the CSP program? We take half the amount of time to resolve issues as opposed to Microsoft currently. Okay, they're about 128 minutes, and we're around 55 minutes from the time a ticket is opened to the time that ticket is closed out. Okay, reasons why we're lower. This is all US-based support here, 24/7, 365. A live technician answers the phone, and most likely will be the one to assist you throughout the journey of that ticket. Okay, there's no runaround, there's no callbacks during dinner time, as some of you may be accustomed to. I know I was when I used to call up sometimes. So along with that, along with the great technical support, we've created a number of tools that are part of our CSP program. Okay, we have an external security assessment. Okay, some of these are right here. that security assessment scans the external environment for threats and helps eliminate them. We have a network assessment that gives you reports on all your internal devices and recognizes any issues there, okay, that you might be having. We all have some issues in there. Now, I'm going to go over, and we have our adoption site, which is a self-service portal for users. It includes online trainings, cheat sheets, and what I really love, a self-service help desk, or more like my admins that I speak to on a daily basis. They really love that because it lessens the load a little bit. And I'm going to demonstrate that in a minute. And also there's our SharePoint Productivity Suite, which has an intranet, a learning management system, asset and contract management system, as well as a SharePoint Simple Start program. Like I mentioned, for those of you, I see a lot of you from the poll already using Office 365, which is awesome. But a lot of people, believe you will not be the only ones, whether you have it or not, have not started up their SharePoint Online environments yet. Okay, and we have some very easy startup programs to create those sites, and I'm going to go over that too. Okay, now one of the highly touted programs we have here is our adoption site. Okay, and I'm going to demo this actually for you guys briefly. I'll put the slide up here real quickly, and there'll be some links from the presentation that you can go to. We can get this in your hands very easily, you know, to start a 30-day trial or whatever. But this comes free in our CSP format. So, and now this on my screen, if you guys can see, this is my adoption site. And I say my adoption site because this is customized for your company specifically. Okay, that's one of the key value adds here. When your users go there, it's customized for them. Okay, as you see in the top right-hand corner, it would show your organization, company logo there. It's all single sign-on through Active Directory, single sign-on. So it has me popping up right away. I don't have to be worried about signing in, forgetting my password, etc. Okay, so that's a big point to this. Now, this can also be customized, what video you want on the front screen, all your color schemes, your branding. We help you select a vision statement. We have a few, you can create your own. Now, on the left-hand side, it's going to have all the quick start guides, mainly the Office applications, okay, which is great. OneNote, you see Project here, Word, Skype for Business, Planner, etc. Okay, now I'm not going to drill into these today, but once we drill into one, it's going to pop up a great quick start guide or a video, what have you, and that's going to get our users, you know, knowing what they have at their fingertips. Down here, I'm going to click on a few of these. We were talking about OneDrive earlier. You know, here we go. I want to stop storing my content locally, right? What we said, sending revisions. Okay, my boss used to yell at me all the time for that one. Keep sending those Excel spreadsheets back and forth when we can just do it in the online version, and it saves for everyone automatically, right? So let's click on OneDrive. And here you go. It's going to be a very nice tutorial. What is OneDrive for Business? It's going to give me a nice snippet video. Okay, we understand people don't have much attention spans. I see 60 of you have left already, actually. Joking there. But, you know, we understand, keep it short, keep it brief, keep it bold. And these are some of the other topics that when they're getting started, this is what they would do. You know, sync OneDrive for Business to your computer. Again, very easy, but we want to show people how to do it and not be scared the first time. Okay? So that's just an example of OneDrive. Okay, we have things here for Skype for Business as an example. Would go from very remedial, you know, how do I start a Skype meeting, up to like we're doing today, you know, how do I record a Skype session and send that out to people, you know, different things here. So we're going to discover Skype, for example. Okay, so there's a plethora of things there. As I jump around the site a little bit with your how-tos, again, just some more information, whether it's, you know, how do I install these Office applications on my iPad, right, or work with it on my iPhone. You know, we have things on Yammer, PowerPoint, etc. And this site is updated monthly. So you have the newer applications such as Planner, Delve, you know, Introduction to Planner, you know, how do I get started, what the heck is Delve, you know, for those that don't know. So just a lot of information here. And as I'm going to show you, we can dim down this information, okay, if people think it's, you know, too much, we don't want to give you know, our clients, our users, all the information there. We can dumb that down in settings. And I'll show you that in a second. One other thing I love here is the videos. Okay, again, big proponents of OneDrive, OneNote, Outlook on the web, but also a lot on getting started with 365. OneDrive can be for beginners, all the way up to more advanced tutorials on how to do more specific things. Again, these are all very quick, very brief, and they're constantly being updated. Now, I mentioned it before, as far as giving less headaches to administrators, the Help Me section. Okay, this is very valuable. Here you see here, try one of the options. So this could be a popular question from your organization. At one of our kickoff meetings for Champion, we had to do a SWAY presentation, for example. So this actually pulls the top 5 questions that are going on in your company and promotes those. So really easy access. Or I can go down, search on a specific topic, or I can enter in a just a query, that I have that I want to know that I can't find. I have one here from this morning. How do I change the color of my calendar? Okay, this could be one that people ask. Who knows? And now I click Find My Solution, and it always gives me 5 choices to really narrow things down. So here you go. How do I change the background color of my calendar? And this is, again, self-guided help desk. So it's going to tell me exactly what I'm looking to do. Okay, follow the big bold lettering, follow the lines, and at the end here, you see it wasn't too long. And at the end, it's going to tell me, and I got it, right? So was this information helpful? I can click yes. I can give some feedback, whatever I want to do. But in the end, we really send this out and promote this so that users can be more empowered, okay, and limit that load on help desk. And one other thing here in, I believe it's tools, you can see the reporting of, here you go, the Help Me reporting. So you can look at what the help desk was able to alleviate, okay, what it did not answer for you, and you can see the types of questions that your community is asking. So you can have trainings on that, or we can send different adoption material out to them to empower them a lot more, okay? Even have a couple of things for admins as well. Here we mentioned the waffle. This is a cool one, adding the adoption tile to your application launcher, okay? We'll show you how to do that very easily. We also have a lot of resources for you guys, okay? This is also very updated. Security and compliance, different things with managing groups, again, planner for admins, and just a plethora of information here that we send out, some tips and tricks and things like this. And lastly, on the adoption site, this is how I said before you can design the site to how you want it to be. This is where you do that. So we can really, you can see here, we want to get rid of some of the links, for example. This is the content that's on the site in the how-tos and such. If we don't use Publisher or Network or Sway, for example, I'm just clicking things here, but we can take those things off the site so it's less cluttered, and we're giving those, we're just giving everyone the information that is really pertinent to your organization. Okay, this is very key, because you don't want too much. You don't want too much either. We all know we don't want users coming at you guys with knives and pitchforks saying, okay, how do I do this? We really want it to be streamlined. So we can send some tips and tricks out to you guys as well. And then this is where you would create your vision statements. Okay, we got a lot of cool ones. Collaborate seamlessly on projects, reduce duplication, etc. And then this is where we would set up the color schemes, the branding. You would add your help desk email in here, the whole nine. Okay, so I just wanted you guys to get a brief synopsis of what we're talking about. And I hope it's very helpful. Okay. All right. Now, a few more things to cover. And one of the best for last is our SharePoint Productivity Suite. Now, this comes with a few different programs, like I mentioned before. Starting on the right-hand side here with STEM, that is our SharePoint Starter program. Okay, so that's for all of you who are not on Office 365 yet or haven't set up the SharePoint environment yet online. We get it done for you. Okay, and this is very valuable to our clients. We give hands-on consulting, training, and actually put together the sites, marketing, IT, HR, with all your color schemes, branding, everything. And those are out-of-the-box sites, so your SharePoint site is loaded. And then you can add workflows, and we can have discussions with, tinkering with things. But at least you got something ready to go. Users can go and start using SharePoint and OneDrive. Okay, we also have Crown, which is our learning management system, which I'm going to demonstrate briefly now, along with Root, which is our company intranet, and Vine. So let me just dive into Crown here for a second. And this is going to be my landing page for our learning management system. Okay, just to step back briefly, so you know how it's created. These are missions that are made up of separate assignments. Okay, and this again uses all single sign-on, built in Azure, SharePoint site. But I can click on my different missions here. Let's just dive into one, say OWA email. Okay, now once that loads up, it's going to show me my assignment number 1 for that particular OWA mission, right? And a mission could have 1 assignment. It could have, 12 assignments. It's really whatever you deem, that we want. We have a lot of preloaded. One key note for Crown is it's not just Office 365 centric. You can load any material that you want. That's manufacturing, healthcare organizations, whatever it may be. Anything that you want to train your employees on can be loaded into Crown, created into a mission, and given assignments. And then, with these assignments that I'm in right now, this is a video. This one's a very short one, a minute and 17 seconds. But I would play this, and then it would come up with a series of questions. Okay, you assign what the grade must be for them to pass this particular assignment, what have you. And that's how it operates. Okay, as you see, there's some different assignments down here in order to complete, this full mission. Now, what's really, really cool about our learning management system is it works on gamification. Okay, and this is something that's very trendy right now. Whether it's millennials or Generation X, wherever it may be, we want to compare ourselves to other people, right? As opposed to you just having something out there and saying, do it. I want to see that my cohorts, my counterparts are doing things too, see what missions they've checked out, etc. So as you see, it gives, first of all, I can do different things with the color, make it more personalized for myself, but it would show me my points I have on my learning missions. And it would also show me what badges that I've gathered, okay? And then based on those badges, it would show me the different rewards that I have. So out of accounting, say, if Brenda was, number 1 on her badges that month, for specific accounting software or things in 365, whatever it may be, we can give her a $50 gift card to Carrabba's or something. Whatever you really deem is going to get the users motivated. Obviously, we have some ideas on that. So learning missions are those videos. We've really taken it up a notch by putting in active missions, very recent. And this is where, say, they looked at a mission on Skype. How do I use Skype? How do I use meeting? How do I create a meeting? Now, this is actually going to track how many meetings they created, how many Skype sessions they started, IMs they sent, okay, in a given time period. So then we can give badges once they reach 20 created online meetings or what have you. We can give them a badge on that for activity. Okay, so that's really promoting not just the knowledge, but the use of the applications, which I think is really a big leap forward. All right, and that's it on Crown. Unfortunately, I don't have my administration account for some reason up here. I'm sorry. But what I love about all our SharePoint tools is the administration is all done through the site. Okay, so we'll show you these on one-on-ones that we set up with you guys after the calls. But very easy. Click on administration, and then you can load videos from YouTube, from other sources, and put different job roles for individuals. Whatever you would like to do, all happens right through the actual portal here. And what I'm talking about with departments and job roles, you can see here, different missions would be on different, here you go, for marketing, as a one big one, sales intelligence realized. So that's when they log in, you can set to their department and their job role to see which ones are most critical to that position. Okay, that's what I was talking about there. All right, but I'll move off of Crown now, and to wrap up with some of our SharePoint Productivity Suite, this one I have on my screen right now is our company intranet. Okay, this is what we call Roots. And again, these things, I'm highlighting them as well because they come, for the moment right now, in our CSP program. So all of our CSP clients have access to these tools. We help them get it started, get it implemented. Okay. So for those of you that don't have an intranet, I'll go over it briefly, but some typical intranet type widget field here. I love the user search. We can go down into Delve and actually show who has Excel skills or Sway skills and really promote those people for me to be asking my questions to. It has our events, keep it happy around here with our birthdays and anniversaries. I can email Mike right here, tell him, hey man, happy birthday today, actually, 12/12. Oh no, yesterday. So we can do things like that. A lot of recognition. Okay, we can shoot out, hey, thanks marketing for getting that out to our clients, those Christmas gifts or whatever it may be, cards that we shot out. Have some departmental requests here. Okay, this is probably one of our most popular widgets where it would actually set up a workflow. You set up the different roles in the organization, facilities, IT, HR, what have you. And then you can actually set a workflow. I'll do one now. Say I had a lightage out or something, could submit that, and that'll, as you see in the top right, departmental request sent. Whoever's the leader of the facilities lighting department would get that request and then be able to respond to me with an estimated resolution time for my issue or, hey, I'll be right over type situation. Here's all objectives and goals. You don't have to do what we have here on the widgets. They can be designed to your business and whatever you deem you would like in them. We have Millennial Row over here, I like to call it, with our Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. A lot of blogs. We're big, for those of you that are in the MessageOps community, we're very big into the blogging, and it's a great way to share information. And then the application feed here could be just hot links to different things in your organization, whether it's payroll, 401k, the adoption side I have here, getting into my Outlook on the web, etc. So basically, it could be designed however you want it. It has a map in here, which is neat. This shows actually all of our different offices, like I mentioned, up and down the East Coast and beyond. And that's a little bit about our intranet here. And please, ask us for more information when the webinar is over. One other thing quickly, as you see site portals, and by the way, here you go with administration and all. This is all administered right through the site, just like Crown, just like all of our SharePoint suite. And you can get to the rest of the suite from here as well, with Crown and the activity dashboards. Vine is the last one and the newest one of our SharePoint Productivity Suite, and this goes over contract and asset management. Okay, so see when renewals are coming up, see when things are expiring. Okay, you can dive in. See, I'm not going to go into some of ours, but you can dive into the certain company. I can click on one. You'll kind of see, when it's renewing, what's going on with that particular contract here. There you go. So you see the contract number, contract type, etc. I won't show too much there, but and that's that's our Vine, and that is the 4 cornerstones of our SharePoint Productivity Suite. And again, this is something that's really been taking off, so hopefully we can show it to you guys. And with CSP, can't beat the price. Now, back to the slides, just to wrap up here. Oh, here was a slide on Crown, guys. Sorry I missed that one, but I think the demo was probably more apropos. Just to wrap up on some things that are trending, some webinars that may be upcoming in the MessageOps community. Microsoft Teams, I mentioned them a few times, seem to be really taking off, okay, with a lot of users, a lot of admins out there. So that's something that we're definitely going to have our finger on the pulse on. Office 365 Secure Score. Basically, like a credit score of how secure your environment is. Okay, again, easily run and shout out the results there. Something that I'm very, very high on, I've been working with, is Barracuda Essentials. Okay, they offer security scans for your environment to really see what threats are out there. Okay, tell you where those threats are, how many you have, so you can have the peace of mind, hopefully, that you don't have many. That would be the best thing. And if you have a few, you can go in, see where they are, alleviate those. And obviously, if we have a lot of threats as our organization, security is just such a hot topic right now. Data loss prevention, multi-factor authentication, all these different things. We can really see, where these threats are coming from. I think we shot it out even the first day and got something like 75 scans run from this. So very popular, and it's free to run that for our community, just so you know where you're at. And of course, we can help you if there are many threats out there. Okay. So right now, I'll see we have about 15 minutes left. I can open it up to some questions, if there are any, and then get everyone else on with their productive days.
You can send the messages via text message.
It said there's a question box on there.
All right, guys, I see some questions did come through. Thank you very much. One we have is, do you recommend using both OneDrive for Business for personal limited sharing and SharePoint libraries for storing documents for company-wide use?
Yeah, this is Jim Canfield from Champion. The best practices answer for that question is that OneDrive for Business is specifically designed for my documents replacement, where corporate documents should be maintained on SharePoint. The OneDrive for Business then gives you the ability to allow your users to share data outside the organization or not. You have the ability to apply whatever policies you need. So the recommendation then, just to be clear, is my documents, we recommend replacing it with OneDrive for Business, and SharePoint should be used for corporate documents. Thanks. Not seeing any other questions. If you have any, please feel free to put them in the chat window. We'll give another minute or two. What are the costs for MessageOps?
Well, MessageOps, with our CSP program, as I mentioned, it's just the Office 365 licensure. Okay, so we have many, many tools, even that I didn't show, that we're very famous for, if you will, with our Exchange Migrator utilities, Discovery Scout. I mean, some of you may know them. They also come free in our CSP program. For those that are not in the Cloud Solution Provider program, there are associated costs with the adoption site.
They're on the website.
And they are on our website. And of course, we can go over, see how many, just see the setup of your organization to really drill down into that. But a lot of what I showed you today, again, with the Cloud Solutions Provider model, is free.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Second part of the question about SharePoint folder structure. Brian, we're looking for the first part of the question. Don't see the first part. Maybe, no.
Yeah, that's,
Okay. Did that one. Here we go. Sorry, it's a little difficult to read it in this window.
Pull it up.
Sorry, guys, the window's giving us grief reading it. So, all right. Well, now maybe we can read it. All right. Let's see. Got that one. All right. Do you recommend using one that we answered that? How do you handle SharePoint folder structure, sprawl, and chaos? Somebody's been using SharePoint. I see. Brian, I understand. It's like the same rules apply as it relates to public folders or shared folders on a file share. The appropriate level of management is required. In the case of SharePoint, it does give you much more structured administration, such that you can assign more and more people rights to control what can be done or not done. And of course, finally, it does give you the ability to maintain multiple versions of the SharePoint file. But at the end of the day, when you have a shared folder and users are able to create files and folders on their own, there's always going to be file sprawl, and it's just a matter of maintaining it. So I hope that helps a little. Thanks, Brian. I don't have any other questions. If there's anything else, please let us know. Otherwise, we will be sending out a link to get a hold of this presentation and any questions.
Yes, guys, we're going to send out the recordings to all of you, and really appreciate you for joining me today. Okay, I hope you got a lot of value out of this. Again, we really appreciate our community, and for those of you that aren't in the MessageOps community as of yet, hopefully we can have some one-on-one conversations with you guys and see how we can assist. So really appreciate it. Everyone have a great day.